Hello everybody, I believe stream is working right now. Welcome to Fallout 4. So we completed Subnautica, I want to say yesterday, maybe the day before. And I thought may as well switch things up a little bit. So we're going to be playing through Fallout 4 now. And then eventually, obviously, if Below Zero goes on sale, I'll buy it. And if it doesn't, I'll probably still buy it, quite honestly. It seems like a good game. But for now, we're just going to be playing Fallout 4. This is probably the game I have the most, I suppose, practice in. I've got maybe 1,500 hours. I have played this game a significant amount. I'm just going to check because there's no audio. That is why. Right. Where is this? Is this alright? I don't really want the music too high. Maybe we'll do everything like around here and then voice slightly higher. There we go. Brilliant. Okay. I believe now, if I check my headphones, we should be able to be fine. Well, actually, I can't hear anything. Okay, I now have audio, which is pretty good. This guy, he looks pretty sick. I may as well just play as the regular guy. All I am going to do is I'm going to change his hair color to blonde. Oh, I can change his eye color. Green. Alright, he looks great. Let's do this. So like I said, I've played this game quite a significant amount. I'd say compared to, obviously, Subnautica, right? I'd only played that once or twice when I was younger. This game, I have... Okay, I am going to turn the voice down slightly, because that is actually very loud. Or we could just turn master down about here. Just so obviously I can hear myself and you guys can hear me as well. I'm going to push that back a bit so we're not incredibly loud. Right, we've got the coffee. Go say hi to Sean. How's this? How's the audio on that? That seems fine, right? Is that really quiet? Is that too quiet? Apologies for adjusting, but since we're at the start, I feel like it's easier to adjust now than have someone tell me in like 40 minutes that the audio is terrible. Oh, here we go. Someone's at the door. Right, let's do this. So the issue is, this is where we pick in the build. So obviously name's going to be 888 Gamer. Now we need special stats. So we have 21 points available. If we're doing, I feel like I would need enough intelligence on this build. So I say maybe 6. When I have 5 charisma, minimum 4 endurance, 3 perception because you can get 4 for the lockpicking at Museum of Freedom. Then we have agility, luck, and strength. I want luck, maybe 3, agility. Oh no, hold on. We want strength at least 5. I want to go for a strength build. I want to like punch people really hard. And then we'll do 3 in agility. Yeah, 3 in agility, 1 in luck. And then we get the special book to boost that up later. Right, let's get on with this. Man is still crying. Codsworth, you're doing great. I think we've just crashed. That's interesting. The stream seems to still be going fine. I wonder if it's just the game. That's really weird. One second, I'm just going to see if I can fix this. Wonder what's up with that. Okay, here we go. There's nothing on screen. Oh, it has just crashed. Right, okay. We're going to load back up. I'm hoping it saved relatively recently. But I wouldn't count my ducks on it. We want to open the Xbox version, which I think is this one. Yeah, okay. I've got the game almost entirely completed on Steam, but I do want to get it done on Xbox as well, so I can have like a visual showing of how well we've done. Right, I think it's loading up now. Here we go. Right. I feel like this may be a little loud. I'm just gonna settings, audio. How's this? That's fine. Right, so load, the continue is here. We haven't even done that yet. Alright, so we're gonna rebuild the character. All will be well. I think I may even consider doing, what's it called? Turning down the voice fully. As much as I do like the dialogue, I have listened to the dialogue in this game a billion times. So I would, if possible, I would prefer to not do that. Right, what has happened? What is... Can we move around? No. Okay, that's... Are we okay? Hold on. I don't know what's up with the game. I'm hoping it's nothing serious. Load. We'll reload in. If not, we may have to start... Yeah, okay, we're going to have to start from the beginning. Quit. No. Start new game. Hopefully, this fixes things. The opening cutscene's always a little buggy. It's why I usually start from the vault entrance. Because the only thing you can't change from there is like your gender. But the rest of your design and your build and everything can be changed when you leave the vault, which is quite good. Right, the interesting thing is, where has she come from? Because if you have a look at it, it's just like a wall there. I don't really get it. Right, just regular green. We're all good, we're all good. Hair. Platinum blonde. You can... change the hairstyle, right? What's a cool looking hairstyle? What can we give this guy? That's quite cool. We could give him bald. I think we'll just stick with like... That one looks fine. I think that's done. Right. Now let's hope that the game sticks together for the next 5 minutes and we can save. Okay, so the next thing that happens is the Vault-Tec guy comes over. I think I'm just going to save here, maybe? We'll just quick save because it's easiest. But I don't know what happened. It just like crashed right in the middle of not even like an important scene. There's very few assets loaded right now. It's just Sanctuary and the Skyline, I think. I'd be interested to know what caused that. I wonder if it's just because it's been re-downloaded. I had to fix it because there was like a couple months where I didn't have Game Pass, and so all the things I downloaded before that kind of went, well, he doesn't have Game Pass anymore, you can't use these. But then I've had to re-download them. It's been a little bit of a hassle, but we don't mind. We don't mind. There we go. He's come back over. So our build was like 6 in intelligence, 5 in charisma. And then I'll make up the rest. If we think about perks we need, I think we've got all the ones important, other than maybe science. I think science might be a 7 in intelligence. Right. I am just for the fact that we've done this already. Not that. This. I usually play this game skipping through dialogue, so I think I'm just going to do that for now. Just so we can get through this early section. It's the same every time. Essentially, would you like to be in the vault? You say yes. He says, that's incredible. I love it. Let's do this. Right. 888 gaming. 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 2. Right, that's done. Give us back a little bit of voice, or at least keep it quieter than usual. I wonder if I would like to turn that off if I can. Settings, audio, is this all we can do? I don't like the, is it binaural audio? Where with the headphones, it'll tell you what direction you're facing. See that you can't hear if they're behind you. It's really trippy, especially when you're facing a specific thing because of the camera. Sounds fun. Because when you go down to spin the mobile, it's like a forced camera angle, so you can't hear Nora, which doesn't make much sense. I feel like if you've play tested that, you'd know that. Jesus Christ. Let's go. Don't worry about Nora, she'll be fine. Just run. This game has always been one of my favourites. I absolutely love it. I think it's just as much as I love New Vegas and 3, You can do so much more in 4 with everything. I just think it's a lot better. See, we didn't tell them our names. He was just like, alright, there's a man, a woman, and a child. That's got to be right. I assume there isn't any other people with children for the fact that they're being left behind, and that'd be quite sad. But we are the only people with children in our entire town. Sanctuary Hills is not a very child-friendly neighbourhood, it seems. Oh gosh, what happened over there? Yikes. I'm just going to move back a bit. I don't know if you can hear the audio through my headphones as well as the actual game. Really think I'm just going to check for settings. There's got to be a way to turn this off. Controls, display, audio. There's just nothing. I'm hoping maybe it stops after this or something, but I'm not sure. I suppose I never really play with audio on, so it might be that I've never noticed how bad the audio is in this game. Right. Now we've got to get in the little decontamination chamber, and we will head straight to the rest of the vault. Pretty cool. I may just have to turn the like talking audio off entirely. It's messing with my head. Default computer even has it. I didn't notice that. Oh, frozen. We've been frozen. It's not very nice. Can we move yet? At some point in the sequence, I know you can move. My gosh. No, he's shooting my wife, bro. Jeez, and crackers, bro. First 20 minutes of the stream. Right. Believe this is the last cutscene until we get to the memory den a while, like that's going to be a while away with the plans I've got. So from now until forever, we should just be able to play through the game normally. Right. Just gonna open them all up. We're the only one who survived. Good gosh. I was going to do below zero, however, it costs about 30 quid. I'm hoping to buy it when 2 comes out and do like the 2-for-1 deal. Because it's only going to be like, I think they said it'd be about 35 for both. So I'm hoping to just do that. I don't want to spend like 30 quid now and it turns out it's cheaper in like a week or 2. So we're falling out for an incredible game, if not one of the best. Right. Poor little guy. Oh, close the door on him. Right. We got anything else in here? Yeah. Have you ever played Fallout 4? I think it's quite a good game. I know the Fallout series is relatively popular now, especially with the TV show and stuff. I need to watch the 2nd season. That's something that's on my list. I watched the first and it was really good. Is there just nothing in here? I don't have the Pip-Boy, so I can't shine a light yet. But I was a big fan of the first season. Matt Berry is an amazing actor, as are the rest. I think Matt Berry's pretty cool. Oh, my voice. Hey, no worries, no worries. Was that last stream? I think we completed the game. It was all that we like got the ship ready and everything, hatched the cuttlefish, and then it was all chill. Oh no, he got him. Right, let's go around as to not absolutely get ambushed. Right. There's one more. Oh, look at that. Clipboard. There's nothing around here. Right. Up here there is a couple more guys. Oh, he hit me. What difficulty are we on? We're on very easy. I'll put it on hard. I've played the game enough that I can do this on hard. Heal up while I'm here. So we got the gun, we got the eyeglasses, we got more bullets in here. I might do the little trick with dog meat to get the cryolator early. Or I won't do that, who knows? It all depends really. I think it is considered an exploit, however it is a really fun exploit, so like, is it really that bad? I suppose so. It makes the early game a lot easier. But I am just a big fan of the cryolator. Open evacuation tunnel. While I'm here, I do need to remember that we have a mini game we missed. 100% means 100%. Like, I'm going to be collecting everything. If I forget anything, I'll have to go back for it. But I know this has the Red Menace. Checked holotape. There we go. You'll come to see throughout this stream that compared to what's it called? Compared to Subnautica, I know a hell of a lot. I think Subnautica I knew enough from YouTube videos, watching other people play it, and my playthrough that I could kind of scrape by. But this game this was like how I spent I think 2 whole summers just playing this. All right, I'm gonna need to remember to take out the security baton. I'm saving ammo just because the 10mm is a really good weapon. So if I can save it for better things than just rad roaches, I will. Right. What do we got out here? The final part of the evacuation tunnel. There's another guy there. Look at that. Oh my god. The sheer skill. A skeleton. Some 10mm rounds. Some more 10mm rounds. I've got 111 jumpsuit. And then the most important item in the game. The Pip-Boy. If we didn't have this, the game wouldn't happen. And that's pretty damn important. Right. So when we get out, I'm probably going to do just the basic clearing up of Sanctuary. It is going to take a couple minutes. And then we'll do... I don't know whether I want to, do everything, or just have, a good playthrough. I think I've just accidentally used the stim pack, but that's fine. Because you can, scour this game for every single resource, or you can, just kind of pick up whatever you can. I'm hoping to do my best in terms of scouring the game for all of its resources. Obviously, we need all of the magazines, the other things. Magazines, bobbleheads, legendary weapons that aren't random finds. Which is going to mean there's going to be a little bit of overlap on what I can get and what I can't. I think Minutemen is the ending with the most people still around. Because it's the Minutemen, the Railroad, and the Brotherhood. As opposed to the Institute, where it's just the Institute and the Minutemen. And the Brotherhood, where it's just the Brotherhood of the Minutemen. And the Railroad, where it's just the Railroad of the Minutemen. In a post-credits mission, you can take down the Brotherhood with the Minutemen. But I can just choose not to do that until I've done everything with the Brotherhood. It's only going to be missing out on a couple legendaries. Right. I suppose since I know so much, I can show off a couple interesting things. So, obviously, this is a pretty obvious area. There's some resources here. Wrench folder, that sort of thing. But if we just pop up top here, through this little gateway and then up and around, there's actually a... It's not very useful, but it's quite good in survival. There's some resources. It's 1 purified water and 2 dirty water, which obviously isn't much, but it's just good to find early. So we have, like I said, 2 purified water and 1 dirty water. And it's got a railroad sign. This is a little, railroad safe area, which is a theory that Deacon's been watching you the entire game until you meet with the railroad, because you have to meet with them no matter what to progress the story. Because there's not only that, there's another spot in Red Rocket where there's a little, outpost that's watching you, and it's watching where Dogmeat is. Obviously, he could be an Institute spy. That's a whole other theory. But I think it's really interesting. Desk fan, some cram, coffee pot, this ashtray, more 10mm rounds, and a switchblade. I saw the beans up here. Yeah. Obviously, later into the game, you won't be this resource intensive. It'll be like picking up a couple things. But when you start out, you kind of want to pick up everything you can. Just for the giggles, really. So I think what we're going to do first is, as much as I could explore Sanctuary and everything, I'm going to run down to Dogmeat, grab him, and try and get the Cryolator. Because the Cryolator is an absolutely bonkers weapon. It's probably, if not the strongest weapon, close to it in terms of early game. Because you've got... Oh, stuck there. You've got, the minigun you get from, not Sanctuary, Concord. There's a hunting rifle in Walden Pond, as well as Big Jim in Walden Pond as well. They're all amazing weapons, but the Cryolator is on a different level. You're not supposed to have it until much later in the game, once you're about level 17, 18, I think. Something like that. But once you reach that level, you can break open the master lock, and then you've got it. But with dog meat, unless it's been patched in the latest update, you are able to get it early. So if it works, I'm doing it. Hey there, little dude. Right, we got him. So now we have dog meat, we have a companion. We're going to go up to Vault 111. And this involves one of the cool things dog meat can do for you. He can find you weapons. If you speak to him in the talking menu, you can be like, "Hey boy, I could really do with a cool gun right now," and he'll go, "Yeah, of course. Here you go." What we need to do is get him to do that here. Come on, dog meat. Okay, he is coming down with us. It'll just show up later. Right. Hey, he's already passed the gate. Okay, so it is going to be a test of everyone's capabilities to see if this will happen. Because I do not remember if it was patched online. I heard it might have been, but you know, everything's hearsay nowadays. People say whatever they want just because, oh, let's spark some debate. It's this. Right. Where's dog meat gone? There he is. Hey boy. Dog meat, come over here. We want him to essentially stand in here. Then command. Fetch. Items. There we go. He's got it. Right, so like I said, this is a little bit of a like a glitch that you can do in the game, but it is incredible. 200 cryo cells and the cryolator. An incredible gun for this early. It does 20 damage, which compared to the 18 of the pistol isn't a ton, but the fact is it can freeze things, which means that stuff like the death claw and any big enemies, you can just like freeze them out, and then obviously they can't move as much, they can't damage you as much. It's an incredibly great weapon. However, the main issue is the ammo is probably the most scarce out of anything. I don't even know where the best place to get some would be. Usually it's just different, different vendors sometimes sell them, like Arturo in Diamond City. But like, majority of the time it's going to be an absolute pain to get. I think we'll use it to take out some tough enemies early on, but it's not going to be like a staple weapon, I'd say. Bit of a struggle to use that as a staple. If we can actually get out of here. Right. The cryolator. So, do we have... Just trying to think where the nearest like tough enemy we could try this on would be. Just to mess around for a minute. There's some Mirelurks down that way. That could be a shout. I think for now I'll just keep pistol on me because it's quicker than zapping something to death with ice. But when we get to the Mirelurks, we'll use the cryolator on them. I think one of the things I love about this game is the variety in the weapons. The fact you can upgrade each of them with different sights, and like, I mean, the pipe weapons are incredible. There was a video I watched on like how they were kind of done dirty by the game, but as a concept they're really, really cool. I think the fact they were a pre-war thing that's been like appropriated and stuff is nice. A stim pack, straw pillow. The dolls are pretty freaky. I don't like those too much. Yeah, so just across the river, the ocean of whatnot, There is a couple Milex and some eggs. So what we're going to do is we're going to run over. Ooh. Oh, poor dog. Anything in here? No, I never cross the river this way. Usually I come up by the side. But there's some cool items that would be good to have early on, including, I believe it's 3 fusion cores, which is absolutely great because one of the strongest things this game has is power armor, which is like, it's like a suit of armor that you can wear on top of your regular clothes, like a mechanical robot death suit thing. And wearing it, you take like so little damage. It's insane. A couple of my first playthroughs were just kind of wearing power armor and hoping nothing bad happened to me. And to my credit, it's a strategy that people use. The 2 main strategies are big melee damage and sneak, which obviously the power armor is only good for one of those. It's good for big melee damage. However, right, I need to... What I will do is I have Switchblade on me, right? Yeah. This is what we're using it on. Right. Cryolator. How are we this low already? I did not realise the little guys did so much damage. Okay, that was when we last saved? Hold on, what? I thought we would have had one from... Oh my god, bro. Dude, my bad. I did not realise that coming out of the vault was not an automatic save. That was an entirely my bad move. Right. Yeah, we're gonna I am gonna go get the cryolator again. But what we are gonna do is not do that. Yeah, once you've played this game for as long as I have, while they are terrifying creatures, it's like you can take them down. With the Reaper, obviously it's a whole lot of difficulty to take it down, but you're supposed to kill these guys. It's not like like in Subnautica, I don't think you're meant to take them down. It's like you can do it, but it's not like a designed feature of the game. Whereas with this game, you are supposed to take them down. Ooh, right. Ugh. I'm going to grab the cryolator once more. And maybe wear some actual armor. I've got the drifter outfit and the eyeglasses, that's fine. We had like 0 damage resistance and they took us out so fast. Maybe that's not the best of the strategies that we can employ. So for now we're just going to run, grab the cryolator, keep it for later. Probably for dealing with the Deathclaw. That could be a good shout. Especially on, what are we on, hard mode? That's why they killed us so quickly. That does make sense. Right. Dog meat, where are you? Where's dog? Stand in here. Come on. I need you to fetch me a really cool weapon. Thank you. I did not realise there was bobby pins in there. Oh my god, I need to stop doing this. I need dog meat to find me this specific cryolator case. Right. Fetch. Fetch me the items in that container. Oh, Voltec lab coat. That's something. Did he get it? Yes. Incredible work. Cryolator sells 200. Right. Essentially, anything that does not kill us immediately that gets in our way will be destroyed. What? Is it a rifle? Is it considered a rifle? I feel like it probably would be. Yeah, that's definitely rifle shaped. Or is it a heavy weapon? I'm going to Google quickly, because if we spec into heavy weapons, we could do minigun and then cryolator later. I'm just going to check. Is the cryolator a heavy weapon? Okay, so it is a heavy weapon. Funnily enough, I've just found out in Fallout VR it's even easier to get the cryolator because you can reach in and pick it up through the glass. Because obviously your hand kind of phases through things in VR. Which means that were we playing VR, it would have been even easier to actually get it, and you could use it to destroy the radroaches, which is quite cool. I think now that we've got the cryolator, I'm gonna clear out Sanctuary, grab all the stuff we need. Where am I putting that perk point? I'd probably do... So we could have Aquaboy, Strong Back, Chemist, Mr. Sandman, Bloody Mess. I'd say right now it'd probably be... I'm going to put it into Strength, just because I know we're going for like a punchy build. And the other thing is that I really like loot. I'm a big fan of picking up as much as I can carry every single time I enter an area, either to sell or to build stuff with the settlement menu, or upgrade my tools. So I'm probably going to be... I'm going to need a lot of resources, and that means a lot of inventory space. So for now, I'm just going to be raiding the homes. So how to Codsworth quick. Paul Codsworth. He does yap a whole lot. Essentially, it's just he's asking where the people are, and he's like, "Yo, I'm just gonna quickly." I suppose it's not too bad, but I if there's a difficult speech check, I will just reload just in case, because they are quite important. There are several things in the game you cannot get without a specific speech check. And there's no way to guarantee them anymore like there is in New Vegas. In New Vegas, you used to be able to get your skill high enough and then it would always count. But nowadays, with the newest game, Fallout 4, and I think 76, I believe, I don't know how many speech checks are in that game, but I know there might be a couple with some of the quests. You can't guarantee. It's like a, obviously I think the higher your charisma and stuff is, the more likely you are to in fact get it, but it's not like a guarantee or anything. Right, he's heading to a new area. Have I killed all the bugs in here? I have. Right, there's more bugs in this next area. I could bump the difficulty up to very hard. I don't think I want to, but I could. If it's too easy, if it's getting too easy, we'll bump it up to very hard. Because like right now, we're only against like bloatflies, which are, no offense, one of the weakest things in the game if you don't count their variants. With the variants, they're like top dogs, but without them, they're useless. The only variant, there's the black bloatfly and the festering bloatfly, which are crazy, but like the regular ones and the glowing ones aren't too bad. I don't think any of the radroach variants are that bad. I'd say compared to that, it'd probably be that the bloatflies are slightly more dangerous. Because if you think about it, obviously at a baseline, I'd say maybe radroaches are worse than bloatflies because they're like sort of everywhere. But in terms of their variants, bloatflies are worse. They have the black and the festering ones, which are quite scary. He's telling me to head to Concord. So, what do we do? Do we? I feel like we can do a full run. I'm just going to grab the things I know about, and then we can just tear everything else apart. Because the main thing about this game that was interesting is the settlement system, where you can break things down and use them to build. So obviously you've got like your regular materials you can get from picking things up, but you can also take down pieces of the architecture, like these trees, some of this. It's get like metal and wood and concrete to build things. And you can also plant. They start out with a small garden, and then you can expand and everything. Toolbox. I already opened the toolbox, apparently. I could have sworn there's a radroach that spawns around here. Maybe it saw me on the first way through. I'm not even sure. Right. I'm gonna grab the stuff from... Oh, he found an enemy. Where? Ah, you got him. Oh, 38 rounds. I'll probably start with the main house and our house, just so we can chill. And then we can start taking things down using the workshop as well. So while I'm here, I'll grab what I can. What I do need to do is make like a little... I need to set up the junk system. Because what you can do is if I empty this... Actually, I need to go grab something from my house first. Just because I know we have some, and it's quite useful material. It's the Blast Radius board game. Very important board game, guys. But essentially what you can do is if you get all the resources in your inventory, you can tag specific resources like adhesive, aluminium for searching. So when you see them in regular like junk items, you can just pick them up because it'll have that little symbol on them. They're like the magnifying glass. I have it built into my head what ones I usually need, which is quite helpful early on. We also need gold, but we don't have any of that yet. That's over in building over there. So, like I said, I'm going to put the point into strength because you have the Your Special book just down here. Strength. Which gives us an extra special point in strength. Very, very cool. Big fan. Gives us, I think it gives us a little bit of extra carry weight and more damage with our melee weapons, which are both quite important, considering we're going to try and do a mainly melee playthrough. It may be that I swap to like melee and what's it called, heavy weapon, because we've got the cryolator already. We'll have the minigun by like the end of this stream, and then everything else kind of falls into place. You can get things like the Fat Man, mostly just the Fat Man and minigun really, they're the best ones. But you can use a lot of different weapons. I'd say eventual end game is Atom's Judgment from the Far Harbor DLC, and like either the cryolator, the minigun, or like I don't think Fat Man would be great. I mean, it's an incredible weapon. Like most things, you hit them with one and they are down for the count. But the issue is, the things you launch, mini nukes, are so hard to find. The only time I consistently use a Fat Man is when I'm trying to take out Kellogg in the reunions mission, because there's one like literally a couple minutes before you fight him, and like, I mean, at that point, who wouldn't take that? He is a difficult guy to fight, considering the synths he has with him. Like, it's a scary setup that he's got. TV dinner tray, duct tape and scalpel, some caps, more aluminium from the dinner tray. Nothing more around here. Oh, extinguisher. I think is that not fiberglass? I know it's something. Extinguishers have a resource that's not just like steel. Or they should. Laundered brew dress. 10mm ammo. Right. This house is one of my favourites. In the back of it, you have these mute fruit plants. Easy food. Up top, there is a little box thing here with... It has, like, relatively random loot. But usually it's a weapon, some ammo, and then, like, a little bit of scrap. But the coolest thing... You can get extra food by doing this. The coolest thing is down here. There's a whole cellar with, like, secret supplies and everything. You can get gold bars, which, I mean, gold is... I don't think it's very useful until late game. But it's quite expensive, and so what I usually do is if I'm trying to buy something cool from a shop, I'll keep the gold and I'll just use it till then. So what I'm probably going to do, I could buy the sword from Trudy with the gold, or I could just save it and like sell it to the various vendors for money. Obviously the money in this game is caps, like bottle caps. Usually it's Nuka-Cola, but you can also get Sunset Sarsaparilla caps in New Vegas. So that's just like a different drink that was pretty good. I think we're all good down here. Sleep for a little bit of energy. Right. What I am going to do to make sure I don't end up using the gold accidentally or losing it is I'm going to go set up camp over in the main building of Sanctuary. Just so I can put down my stuff, keep it all organised. It's going to be great. I may set up a small like concrete foundation base just on the platform next to it. I always try and build away from Sanctuary just because it's a really boring area. But I think we can justify it this time considering it's a stream playthrough, so it's may as well do some cool stuff. Just going to destroy this stuff around the area, including this, all the tires. Ooh, free wrench. Used oil can. So what we are going to do, put the power armor station here. Concrete cinder blocks. Armor workbench. Get rid of some of the stuff over here. The other workbenches are a little bit far for just this quick tidy up, but I will grab them because obviously they are important to have all the workbenches in one area. So structures. Where's concrete? Oh, is that a Creation Club thing? No, it's one of the DLCs. All right, that is gonna suck. I always forget that I haven't got the DLCs installed yet, and so I'm gonna have to get those in a minute. Right, so decorations, wall decorations, signs, plumbing, electrical, tools. What does this even say? Restrooms. We can build stupid signs. I honestly quite like the stupid signs. Candy, bakery, stationery, sale, salon. Right, so for now I think we're just going to build a basic little wooden base. Or we could just set up shop inside here. I feel like that's fair enough for now. It's a shame you can't like do up the kitchens and stuff without Creation Club items. I might have a look after stream just to find what I can get, because I know there is some cool stuff on Creation Club, and it's not like it's mods everything. It's all approved by Bethesda. You can still get achievements and stuff while you have Creation Club items. I think as long as you pay for them, that is, which is I'm a little bit up in the air about that, but I don't mind it too much. All right, I'd say maybe we do give us a nice table. Pool table's a bit much, but this is quite nice. Or this is also quite nice. Lovely little table. Furniture, containers. We'll do one. Actually, do we want to just do a bunch of these? Floor safe is kind of cool. Or just like... That's the real question. I'll probably do a small little cooler. Just these guys here. On top of the workshop bench. Like as far left as I can so it doesn't look out of place. This is where I'm going to put my gold bars. Maybe just anything slated to sell. Because they're worth $4.50 each. So with some good charisma clothes, we're golden. I will put spare weapons in here. So that's going to be everything but my baton, my creolator, and my pistol. And then spare outfits in here. It's quite upsetting, but I will sell the wedding ring because they're both this is worth like 500 caps in total. I just need to empty my inventory of that, and then I'm also going to put my aid in here, just so when I'm making things in the campfire and everything else, I'm not like don't have to find stuff. I'll probably put it in this, right? Misc. Yeah. There we go. We have our 2 items set up. We have a pretty clean area. It's time to continue the cleanse of the area, I suppose. So the next house I'm going to hit is this one here. I think there's usually 2 rad roaches, and then nothing worthwhile in terms of loot other than a nuka cherry, which, like, I suppose is kind of cool. As there is a couple things I want to get like as early as I can. Number 1 is the... Oh, that is doing very little damage. My god. Right. First level up I want to take is going to be Cap Collector. Fortune Finder, sorry, different perk. But essentially what this means is that when we check containers, there is a higher chance for them to have caps in them, which is just going to kind of steamroll our economy. Because you're looking like a dresser like that or a suitcase, and there'll be the usual things, then like 6 or 7 caps. And the more you level up, the higher chances there are, and the more that can show up. So I think by the end you can get something close to like 40 per container, which is absolutely crazy. I think if we go by and we have the chance, I will just scrap the items in the house. Because as much as it's not very useful, it's more the fact that you can now control where your settlers are. Because if there's seats anywhere, they will pathfind to them and go sit down. And then when it's like an important NPC or something like that, you'll have to search the entire area just to figure out where they've gone to. So for now, I'm just going to do that. This is the house where someone was making chems, the appropriate term is. Anything in here? Hawthorne, nothing. Right. Kitchen scale. But yeah, they've got a 10mm pistol, table knife, desk. They have a makeshift bomb on their safe, which is crazy. Oh. What's in here? Money and knife and gun. Get a little bit more XP. We will do the terminal. A little trick with these: you get locked out after 3 attempts. So if 3 words don't do it, you can back out and head back in, and you now have another 4 attempts. Task. There we go. Essentially, all it says is people who buy his stuff. They have a floor safe. That's over there. This is like a little reference to the fact there is in fact a floor safe over there. And so it kind of tells you, in case you didn't know where like some things are or some things are hidden, it'd be like, yo, by the way, there's stuff in here. You should check it out. So you go through. Extinguisher. They have a floor safe. It's advanced. So what you want to do is grab the radio dresser, and you can actually scrap the safe in order to get what's in there. Which is a pretty cool concept. Rad away in there. Oh. Almost assigned the dog meat to here. More resources. Not many of the regular stuff you find in houses is like important. It'll just be, you know, ceramic, steel, cloth and wood. But I mean, if you're after supplies, it is actually quite good. I'm going to put that in there. Store that in there real quick. Grab that guy while I'm here. As I was saying earlier, I do think there is some Creation Club settings that some Creation Club sets that can give you the like furniture for kitchens and that sort of thing. So if we wanted to like rebuild Sanctuary and make it look all cool, I could definitely try and set that up. I'm a big fan of those sorts of projects. There was one I did where I made all the houses in Sanctuary into like little fortresses. That was quite cool. For now, we just need to grab as much of this as we can. We might not use all these resources, but it's better to have them and not need them than need them and not have them. There are a couple spots that are a little bit difficult to get to or like are a little annoying. but I don't mind sorting those out off stream or just like tidying up and gathering resources on like a chill afternoon. Right, some trees while I'm here. Right, what do we got on the workbench? So, weapons, pipe pistol, ammo, pipe rounds. Oh. What's happened there? Oh, okay. Alright. Yo, stop. What the hell? I think what's happened is I opened Fallout 4 on Steam accidentally, like before the stream started, so over an hour ago, and it's finally loaded, I think. And so it tried overriding what I'm doing now and being like, "Yo, you said you wanted to play Fallout 4, right?" But I don't get why that's weird. That's messed with my head. Right. Get rid of this fence. We can find a book later that will give us the opportunity to buy these fences, which would be quite nice. I think once I've done this, I am just going to save, even if it's just a quick save, because I do not want to have to do all this again if like a frog sneaks up on us or something stupid. Usually I go around starting at one end and just scrap everything, which is probably what I am going to do today. I'll start at the house over here and then just like tear everything apart. Because once you've got these resources, you can build essentially anything. The main thing I was always missing is adhesive, which is what you use to make a lot of your weapon mods, your armor mods, that sort of thing. And so for now, I think the plan is to rush just getting all the rest of the resources. So when we're out and about, we can focus on just getting adhesive. Adhesive, oil, sometimes nuclear material. They're all usually used in weapon mods, and then it's usually adhesive and leather that are the main ones you're looking for in armor mods. Oh, and cork. Cork is used in quite a few actually. That's not too bad to get. Leather's easy. There's leather armor that you can scrap, and then adhesive's the main thing. You can get it from Wonder Glue, regular adhesive, and then military grade adhesive, which has the ballistic fiber as well, which is used much later in making ballistic weave on your outfits, which is quite good. Ballistic weave's a good setup if you don't want to use like full sets of armor, or if you don't think they look cool, which is fair. I talk a lot playing this game. Right. So if we just finish off the last couple pieces. Anything else in this house? There is a bathroom with very little in it. Right, that's one house out of the many down. We've got some trees, that's more wood. Nothing in this garden, so we're moving on to the next house, which is ours. This is a lovely little 8-person little cul-de-sac. Not too far from Boston too, which is nice. Cambridge. Unfortunately, you will have to get used to the sound of that little clicking thing. To scrap things, you have to hit X and then A. I can kind of do it automatically now. Oh, God. Oh. Yeah, I can sort of do it automatically. It's ingrained in my head. But it is still a nightmare because I know the clicking sounds are quite loud. So I think I'll try and keep it down most of the time. But it is... Scrapping and building is an integral part of this game. You can also power level just from Sanctuary by constantly building and scrapping stuff, which is fine. But I prefer to play through the game to get my levels, mostly because it's fun and you can get new resources and stuff. Right. Anything else over here? Nothing. Oh, we haven't actually checked out the house. That would be a good shout, wouldn't it? I don't mind scrapping most of this. I'll keep the little bed thing. I don't think you can replace that. There's like one similar, but I don't think that it's the exact model, whereas most of this either isn't very important or can be replaced at a later date through the creation menu. Mirror. Yeah, it's in here. So we have picture frame, dresser, chair, that sort of thing. But this little crib here cannot be replaced. So we're just going to toss it in the corner there. There isn't too many of those, but it's just like one item. I think Sean's crib's one of the only ones. What is that? Picture frame. Right. On to our next home. Oh, cloth and the umbrella stand. I believe there is a chem we missed in one of these houses. You can get mentats from like a... It's on a dresser somewhere. And I forever miss it. Which I want to not do this time because it is a good chem. It's... I think it gives you like +5 perception and stuff, but you can turn it into great mentats, which gives you charisma and better prices when you're selling things. I really like having money in this game. There's also one that gives you more intelligence and highlights enemies, which would be good for getting XP and taking down enemies. Right. Annoyingly, the one thing you can't scrap is like bodies and animals, so you just have to wait for them to despawn, or like hide them and wait for them to despawn. Usually if I'm not going to be spending time in an area, I'll just like wait, but if it's a build I'm doing or whatever, I do want to try and make sure that I actually have a clean slate before I start building. Scissors. I think I don't know. Oh, missed that. We're now on good on this side. There's an invisible tree back here. We have this one here. It's in the back. Oh, I swear it's somewhere around. Oh, there we go. A maple tree you cannot see. I think that's everything in this house. And we can jump through hoops over to get over here. You can't break this because it's slightly out of bounds, which is kind of annoying. Scrap truck. Street lamp and a tree. There's some more like random tree debris around here, which is quite good. Have I done the inside? I have not. That's not good. Right. So the inside has same sort of resources. However, there is a TV dinner tray, which is more aluminium down there. I always remember it, but I can never get to it until I've scrapped things, which is a bit of a pain. Right. Which one of these dressers has the mentats? I know there's one with medics as well, but I don't know if I've seen that or not. Nothing behind here. Nope. Maybe I've already picked up the medics. I feel like I probably have. It's not in my inventory, but it could be... Oh. It could be in the workshop. Right. Can't take this guy out either. What a pain. What a pain. I think maybe we hold off on getting Red Rocket, just because it's going to be 2 of this, essentially, directly in a row. Or at least clearing out Red Rocket for the resources. I've done it a billion times. Doesn't get any more fun. All I'm going to do is I'm going to keep that like that, just so it doesn't look stupid. because you can like move this, but then you can't destroy that there, which is annoying. Right. More trees. There's a lot of trees. You end up with so much wood. Like, wood and steel is probably the most common resources. And then you're stuck, like, scrounging for the other pieces. Because there's quite a few that, like, just don't show up in many places at all. And then when you need them, it's like, oh, god damn it. Absolute nightmare. Right. Righto. What's that down there? Maple bark, nice. I think we're almost done. We've just got to do a loop back round towards the other side over there, which isn't going to be too bad now that we've cleared everything out. Usually it's the pain because you can't attack in this mode, so I'd have to like leave the workshop mode in order to take down the enemies and then come back in. But luckily we've already taken everything out. Right. I think that's everything over this way. We all done? Yep. Right, now on to the actual innards of this house. Yeah, I think that's everything right. Oh, Mr. Tree Stump. To the inside, we have a lot more random junk. Need to be careful to make sure I get those in the right order, because concrete's a very important resource once I've got the Creation Club stuff downloaded. Because then we can make the concrete houses and stuff, and it's going to be quite useful. Tell you what, it was like it was raining like nobody's business when I came home, and now it's boiling outside. I do not know what is up with the weather recently. Right. Bathtub. Sink, mirror, rug. Right, I believe... Is it one of these that has the mentats behind it? It is not. Huh. Maybe I misremembered and it's either somewhere different or just not in this area. We've checked most of the houses though, I think. Or I'm stupid and I've already picked it up. No, I haven't. Nothing else down this way? No. Alright. Next level up's probably going to have to be damage. I mean, like, I saw how little I did to the rad roaches. It's almost definitely going to have to be damage. I'd probably take... Unless we want to rely on Cryolator for a little bit, I'd probably take, like, the melee damage one. Because if we get a... I think we've got a tire iron, but I know the raiders sometimes carry bladed tire irons, and they're really good for damage. They're like one of the best early game and like mid game melee weapons, because they do a lot of damage and they have the bleed effect, which is just, it's quite cool. Only issue with having the voice on is that you can hear the guy like dying every time you move around. It's like this man is a military veteran, and it takes him like 5 minutes to get back on his feet after running 2 steps. This may be one of the last picket fences. Thank the heavens. Yeah, this place is empty, that's good. More tree. Out of these 3, the only one you can actually break is that like swing set. The rest of these are kind of stuck there forever, which isn't too bad, but obviously it is a little annoying. Best bet is to not like build in that specific area, I suppose. Although it's a bit of a cop out, you know. Your best solution is just to not go there. I know there's a couple mods that like fix up Sanctuary, like you can fix the roads and everything. I would like to have a look at doing that. Maybe not on this playthrough. Maybe if we do like a modded one, that could be one of the ones I pick. Playing through the game, being able to like fix up all the locations and everything would be quite nice. So obviously you can build on them and everything, you can kind of make them your own. But there isn't much in the ways of like fixing all the damage. Usually you've got to like patch it up yourself as best you can, but there's never any perfect solution. I have not emptied this room. Right. How are we doing on time? Hour and 15 in. Since it's a starting stream, this may only be a 2-hour one, just to quickly get in, get what we can done, and then chill. But it all depends, really. This could go on for a billion hours, or 3 hours. Who really knows? There's the Med-X. See, I knew it was around here. Med-X reduces your damage resistance. It increases your damage resistance, reduces the damage you take. But it's quite useful. Anything else we've got down here? Nope, I think this is... We're relatively close to being all done. The final area with picket fence posts. Very cool. I know you can get this one. There we go. I could fix these all up and build like a nice fence around everything and have a lovely little garden, but I haven't done that. Like I said, you can rebuild them later with one of the fences in the I think it's actually called Picket Fences, the magazine. And one of the issues is to get picket fences. That's the dream, innit? Having a garden with a white picket fence. With like tomatoes or whatever growing in it. Whatever plants people eat. Probably tomatoes. I feel like that's the go-to thing to grow in your garden. If I ever have a little garden outside, I'm going to grow tomatoes, I think. I'll do tomatoes and like peppers. Probably not rhubarb because that's like poisonous, right? I don't know if it's all the time or if it's just some of the time. I know like there's a majority of the bits of rhubarb are like poisonous to eat. So they probably wouldn't be the best thing to have. Oh, shovel. I do keep accidentally making beds, which is one of the weirdest things you can accidentally make, but hey, we ball. I think that's everything. I think we're fully clear. Oh no, we're not. We are not fully clear. Is this? Oh, that's there. And there's a door thing. Did we get the... Yeah, we got the 2 houses down there. This should be essentially all the things. Oh, some stuff down here. Obviously, it's a little bit difficult to tell what the size thing is referring to. I assume maybe I've missed a house? Because I don't think what we've got now would be considered that much space, but I'm not sure. We've got the main things set up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a bed in the corner here. And then we'll sleep until probably 7 AM, 8 AM. Oh my god. Dude, am I tired or what? Right. I can hear my voice fully now. It feels weird. I had my headphones on for so long, like listening. I don't know, I don't sound like myself. Okay, so what I was going to do is head over to my boy Sully Mathis in this direction to pick up the sledgehammer. He has a sledgehammer, it's great. Or do we get Big Jim? Big Jim is crippling, I think. That's its legendary effect. Which essentially what it does is it increases the chance that you break a limb using it. Someone else's limb, not yourself, which is quite useful. I mean, we've got Cryolator, we've got 10mm pistol, we've got an alright setup. I say we'll do the curve. So the curve is the little Runaways cabin. I think it's called Runaways cabin. We do that, then the shipping fleet lockup, and then Abernathy Farm and the Walden Pond and stuff. They're all kind of in like a curve around this direction. So the issue I see is that... Hold on, I swear they did take like 2 hits. I'm just going to check that. Yeah, look. That one took what way? It would have taken like 1 if I had slightly more damage. That one did take 1. 11 rads is crazy. We're dying of radiation poisoning. Blowfly gland. So the other stuff you can get from here, you can get a good helmet and blood bugs around here. I think there's also some radaway. Nice shot. Yes, army helmet. There is Stimpack and purified water. I reckon it is a random because I know I've got radaway from there before. And then there's some rad stags up here. I'm just going to show you off the Cryolator for a second because this thing is absolutely crazy. I love the Cryolator. Are there rad stags up here? Okay, there's a couple on the ridge. We just aim and fire. They're both frozen. Obviously, you could just take them down with the... I don't know what happened to that guy, but this guy you can just kabam. And he's gone. So you don't actually have to use all of your ammo when you're taking one of these guys with a Cryolator. So like 200 shots could probably take down maybe 50, 60 fighters, as long as they're not too powerful. Obviously, if they're really, really strong, you might have to use a couple rounds of destroying them to take them down, which would never be too fun. Okay, that goes too far for me to hit with that, but that shot and then a regular takes them down. I just do not look forward to the day where we get the upgraded versions of these guys, because for now they're fine. They're easy to take out, I'd say. But once we get to like the variants, they're terrifying. Right. Lantern, Runaways holotape, green dress, and some bubblegum. Wicked. Oh. Ah, it's just a tree stump. But some wild mute fruits, nice. Wicked shipping has quite a lot of ghouls in it. Very, very scary. Lots of ghouls, lots of scary ghouls, that sort of thing. They're all kind of everywhere. I wonder if I can hit this guy sneakily with a Cryolator shot. I cannot. What is the range on this thing? Just going to hit him with 1. See, look at that. Bro exploded after a single Cryolator shot. The next... They're all a little bit far away, so best option would be to... Oh. Move out of the way. If I see... I'll walk around with the Cryolator out, and then if I see something scary, I can use it. And if not, I can just bash it with the end of it. Or even just use 1. Do you have a gun on you? Oh, you have a gas canister. More resources. Got him. You also don't have a gun on you. Stimpack. Pack of cigarettes. Anti-3s. Nothing else in here. Right. So the next big area is in here. Because there's one of these safes. What is up, bro? It's only a novice, so I can unlock it right now. But anything higher than that, I'm going to have to get that upgrade from Concord, which is where we're going to be heading after this, I think. If we don't have to just chill out. Right. put the gun away so I can actually see what I'm doing, which is gathering resources. I'd say we probably have to head back maybe once we've gotten to Abernathy Farm, so once we've gotten to Walden Pond, we'll head back just so I can make sure I collect everything, because there is a lot in there. There also is a shipping manifest. They deal in illegal materials and radioactive materials, which are two of the coolest materials ever. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do, run over here. We now have the trailer keys, which means that anytime we see a wicked shipping trailer, we can come pick it up, and then it's free. All the stuff in there we can take. Oh, and a reminder, when I get back to the base, I need to take all the pre-war money and put it in the slated to sell box. It's worth, like, quite a lot. I think they're worth about 5 caps a piece, maybe 10 caps a piece. But they are completely weightless, which means you can carry as much as you want on your person, and it's like free caps. I suppose caps are also weightless, but this is like a resource kind of thing. You can waste a lot of them over at the General Atomics Galleria. It costs like 9,999 coins to enter, and then once you've paid the guy, he's like, well, we don't have any bowling balls, my bad, man. Oh. Okay, that's a... I'm just going to have to do that. Is he chilling? He is not chilling. Jeez, man did not get taken out by my little cryolator trick. There you go, dog meat. Right, so that's everything from this little back area. I'm just going to check. I know searching for cans on the floor when we've got all these resources isn't the most flattering thing to be doing, but it's still fun. Feral Ghoul Reaver. Toolbox. And nothing in here. We can get the resources from this guy. Best bet would probably be with, ironically, with the cryolator. Just hit him once in the torso. Actually, we'll get him out. This could be our first stupid thing. Tries reset. That could have been useful after I tried things. And puts nothing. Come on. Wife. Land. Soul. Is there a dud removed? That's not very helpful. Life. Type corn. So on these you have to click on the little words to see answers. Right, dud removed, that's not very helpful. The words are all the possible passwords. One of them is correct. It's not always going to be the same every single time you open this, so you can't just open it twice and pick the only one that reoccurs. It's like it's randomly generated every time you open. But what you can do is use... They're really difficult to see, but there's specific things using the brackets and greater than, less than symbols, which gets rid of duds, it gets rid of, gives you extra chances, that sort of thing. You just have to make sure you can find them. Just like this. There isn't many. I think there's one that resets your tries and then a couple that removes duds. So we can just find the one that resets our tries. We could probably finish this now. However, I have not been able to see it on this, so I may just have to restart. So we know tank, make, and wins all have one in common, which is probably the... Maybe it's the N or something? Could have been something there. Right, rock. I'm just going to check for the dud ones. Dud removed. Rock, hold. There we go. Right, so Protector on control. Activate him. This guy is now up and running. I'm going to quick save. It's doing something. Right, now this back's turned to us, we can just... We've taken down a utility Protectron and got vacuum tube and 6 steel. So worth it. Right. The last thing we're going to do before heading to Walton Pond is check out not only this cool sleeping bag that doesn't work, but this area here. It's got some hub flowers, it's got a couple resources inside the little den, and bobby pins on the outside. And a regular sleeping mattress that does work. Hooray. Straw pillow, first aid, toolbox, cooler, broom, shotgun ammo. And then this way we have the Abernathy farm people, which I am going to rob for all of their melons. I believe she gives you money if you give her the melons. Sell the melons. See, 27 caps. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Right, so the next thing we're after is going to be... It's going to be the bloat flies in here. We want to take them out quick while we grab the resources. There's some food in the back of this. Best thing there is probably the Nuka-Cola. Nuka-Cola isn't always amazing, but it's like it's good AP and food source, which is the best part. Best of both worlds. They have now seen me, which means they will be coming to attack me. My best bet is probably to try and hit them with... Okay, now, alright, it's time to just take out a weapon and start throwing. Right, down here we have a locked toolbox, which means I'm going to have to try and speedrun this. Every frame you're outside of the lock animation is a frame you're taking rad damage. So as long as you can either beat it really quickly or not have too many broken tries, you're fine. But a mix of the both, where you beat it slowly and you've got a bunch of tries where it doesn't work, you're kind of screwed. Yeah, so that direction is Walden Pond. What I'm probably going to do is check out the Gorski cabin quick, because that's got some really good resources. That's got nuclear material and it's got adhesive, quite a lot of it actually. And then we can head straight to Walden Pond and discover it, so we can fast travel, drop off our stuff and fast travel back. The Gorski guy is a man who tried to create like a, I think it was like a bottle cap mine or like a mini nuke thing in his basement to take down the US government, or more accurately that specific radio tower. Or was it the one? No, it's this one I think. It's the one directly in front of his house. And he's really upset that they built it right next to his house, because obviously who would want a radio tower? However, I think it's a little bit extreme to try and explode it. I feel like I would have like kind of probably would have called someone and be like, yo, what the heck? Right, that's one down. I'm going to have to kind of sneak around these guys, because ghouls do a lot of damage. For guys that are small and weak, they do a lot of damage. Right, we're going to... Just to make the most of this, I'm going to medic. There we go. Now we have more health per stimpack. I'm also going to use a Radaway, just so I get the most out of my stimpaks. I know there's more ghouls around. There's this guy, which I'm just going to... Can I hit him through? I can. Oh, he can hit me too, though. Bit of a useless superpower if you also get hit. It's like a no guard on Machamp and stuff, where attacks from him will always hit, but attacks against him will also always hit. Double-edged sword. There we go. Right. Use the mattress. I cannot sleep while taking radiation damage. Stop taking radiation damage then. Sleep a quick hour to get all my health back. And then we run it. I think the other thing we want to get today is probably going to be the magazine in Sunshine Tidings. There's a magazine in Sunshine Tidings Co-op that gives you double animal meat, which also means that Mirelurk, their little creatures, the hatchlings, will just give meat in general, because they usually don't, because they're so small. But if you grab that, they do, and you also get double things from like the Mirelurk Queen and everything, which is going to be great. Mirelurk Queen like roast is an incredible food source. It gives you so much health, and it's like, I think it just uses Mirelurk Queen meat, like a fillet, which is quite tasty. So in front of this door is Monsieur Gorski. So we're going to use the cryolator. Yeah, there we go. Don't know if he's going to wake up anytime soon, but may as well hit him with something. Oh, he's back up and running. But not for long. Okay, I missed all of my shots. His arm is stuck to the rest of his body, but he's okay. Other than that. Right, Wasteland Survival Guide. Diamond City is now permanently marked on the map. That's something. I feel like some of these aren't very useful, but like it's, you know, it's something, I guess. The mini nuke pieces can be used to make stuff using radioactive material, like sights for my gun and everything. That's quite cool. How much do we have left in the cryolator? We have 139. We've used 61 of our 200 pieces, which isn't too bad. I mean, we've taken down like literally nothing. I want to keep 100 at least for the Deathclaw. I don't want to use the minigun on the Deathclaw. I want to use the cryolator, because I think a couple rounds of that would probably take it out, or at least incapacitate it. The only reason it didn't work on the Protectron is that it's like a robot, and I don't know if robots can be freezed or not. Frozen is the word I'm looking for. Actually, how much space have I got on me? So if I... Where's dog meat? Is dog meat here? Dog meat. Where are you, boy? We'll run towards the cabin anyway. The Walden Pond. He'll probably be following behind us. Where is this dog? I seriously cannot see him. What's in that direction? Oh, it's Abernathy Farm, I think. Is it? No, it can't be. Oh, we haven't found Abernathy Farm on the map. That's why it's greyed out. I was going to say, because if it's greyed out, that means we haven't gone there. But I think we just missed out the catchment, because we've got the caps for that thing, and then I suppose didn't go near it. I think if I actually find dog meat, I might be able to have just enough space to clear this place. Because how much have we got? 1 second, security baton. We have 60 left in terms of what we have in our inventory. Oh, multiple dogs. Right. 1 hit, 2 hit, 3. Right. 1, 2. Where is dog meat? Okay, we may as well head back to the base just to make sure he's still with us. I wonder if it's maybe an issue that we came in and out of that loading zone into the Gorski cabin. Not sure though. I feel like I've never seen that before. He's just dipped. I don't think he had anything on him, so it's like, it's not too bad, but there he is. You got anything with you? No, nothing. Alright, we're gonna load up on resources. I need to put my spare aid in here, which is literally just going to be like the random stuff I've grabbed on the way. Because we have purified water, we have our Radaway, our stim packs, deviled eggs. For some reason there's 2 clean tan suits in here. 10mm pistol, we'll keep the cryolator on us just in case. And it's just that system. And then in here, we'll drop the clean tan suit, this stuff, and then my misc, which is going to be all that. Because now I can also put on the helmet, so we have even more defense. And then probably sleep until like 7 a.m. What time is it? 6 p.m. Okay, we'll just do 12 hours. And then we can jump over and then we'll sleep. Just because I don't want to end up like in the area when it's dark already. Or at least turning dark. Right. It is now like 7 a.m. on the dot. Once we get to Walden Pond, it should be like quite early because it's, I don't know if maybe it's a 2-hour journey, slightly less. But it should be like just starting to be light, which is quite nice. Whew. Yeah, look at that. We're just in the light. I don't really care what dog meat's found right now. We're just after the blood leaves in here. I think there's an aluminium can, which is quite nice. Aluminium's always a good resource to grab. We're down in there. Also some crows. So in here there is 4 combatants we need to fight. There is Tweez, there is Walter, there is Bear, and there is one other guy, I think. But he's not cool enough for me to remember his name, which kind of sucks. Right. This will kind of give us a show of how bad the raiders will be in Concord. So, who's it? Yeah, it's Bear and Tweez down here. So I'll probably take out Tweez first because he has the gun. We're not doing anything. Okay. If he holds Tweez down so we can hit him. There we go, right. That was not hard at all. I wonder why those rad roaches were so difficult. It feels like the HP scaling on them has got to be crazy. Because it went from like dead easy, like it takes 1 hit of anything to kill them, to Jesus Christ, we will never destroy a rad roach properly. Right, if I just do that. Beer bottle, more beer bottles. Up here we've got the hunting rifle. Duffel bag. More jet, a lot of jet. Jet's actually quite useful. It is very useful if you're like me and kind of struggle with aiming, so you want to just make sure you can get in close when you're using like a melee weapon or a ranged weapon and you're just, I suppose, really bad at using ranged weapons. Right, so we have Walter and Tweez, I think, is here. Yeah, okay, I was right to quick save there. Thank God. So it looks like best option is going to be using a quick Radaway Stimpack combo. But more importantly, grabbing the Cryolator and just hitting like a 1, 2. Now they're both dealt with. Security baton is 17, Tyrone's 19. Whiplash has been taken out. Walter has also been taken out. I believe they both had the gift shop key, but just in case they are both down, so we can definitely open it up. The safe doesn't have much cool. There's a couple resources, a lot of jet in here actually. I think maybe there's 10 in here, slightly more, because there's a lot. There was like 5 over there. There was 3 in that counter. And then you've got some in this little area here. There's a lot of jet. A significant amount of jet. But the most important thing is the stuff over here. So we've got beer bottles, all that jazz. Big gem. 20% chance to cripple the target's leg. Crazy. And then we have more resources, and we also have a bottle cap mine and a Voltec lunchbox, which can contain kind of anything. We've got a pen, not very useful, but still quite cool. Ammo box, toolbox, mining helmet, some other cool stuff. Not really much interesting other than Big Jim, which is probably the coolest thing. And once we get levels, we can upgrade it to have even more damage. I'm probably going to get the actual weapon upgrades rather than the damage upgrades first. But then after that, we will be doing just straight damage, because you can get a lot out of the pipe wrench. Like, pipe wrenches are really cool. They're quite rare though. I think barring Big Jim, there isn't too many you see. There we go. Right. Coffee cups, cap stash. Anything else down here? Overdue book, hot plate screwdriver, pre-war money. Right, pre-war money. That's what I need to do. Thank myself for reminding me that I completely forgot about the pre-war money. Need to put that in the slated to sell box. Should we... I mean, I've got like... If I've got space, I should probably head over to Sunshine Tidings and just grab what I need from there. But there is a lot down there, so it could be better off. I could be better off going down once I have a completely free inventory to make sure I can grab everything. Because I think there is some important stuff down there. There's a lot of resources and everything. Right, if we just... Can we open this, please? Hey, 8 bottle caps and a fashionable outfit. That's lovely. Just what we need right now. Did I take everything from here? Oh, wine. I did not whiskey, sorry. Bourbon. Empty bourbon. Winter jacket and jeans and a coffee pot. What direction is Sunshine Tidings? It's that way. Maybe we explore it well, maybe a little bit. Just grab what's in the houses and then we can come back for the actual resources later. It's not like we need them right now. It'd just be good to make sure we get it on there. Because the minute, once you don't do like one area, you don't do any of them. It's like, well, if I didn't do that one, I can just take what I need from this one, and then it's an endless cycle. Plan is to hit the house with the infinite food first. Why I say infinite food, the double food first, and then hit the rest of them. Just because, obviously, if we have the bonus food for all of them that we take down, we will get the most bonuses. It's not this. I believe it is not this house. Is it this one here? It was one of the ones up on the ridge. Yeah, it is. Alright. Hey dudes. Sorry, I'll grab this quick and then I'll take you guys out. Look at that. It's like a lot of damage on this. Big Jim is a crazy weapon. It's also quite helpful that we have dog meat. Dog meat's quite cool. Cap stash. Caps. Some more cans. Beer bottle. So anything that gave you 1 will give you 2. Anything that gave you 2 will give you 3. Anything that didn't give you anything at all will give you 1. And obviously repeated for infinite times. Cambridge Polymer Labs iBot. That's something of note, I suppose. Right, how do I actually unlock this today? Come on. There we go. Sweet. There's a rad roach, which gives me 2 rad roach meat. Because the minute we do this, it's like, as much as stim packs are useful, you can get so much more out of just like infinite food. I think, well, there's not an achievement in this game, but there was an achievement in New Vegas for healing however much with food. And something like this would have been so helpful. 12 AM, we are fully healed. Right, there is a lot more. I'm just going to grab the bucket from in here so I don't forget, because it's a resource. It's the other one. Right. Cool little area. Excusez-moi. Tarberry and whiskey. That's something. But this is the most important part. More ghouls. Hell yeah. I never have any AP. I always forget that running means I can't use the VATs. I should be hitting their legs to use the whole point of Big Jim. There we go. Okay, we are very, very low right now. I'm going to grab what I can from in here. Oh, no, that's messing with my head. I'm not doing that. I'm just going to quickly sleep in this bed here. Just so we can get the healing off. Now back to full health. I'll probably take the... In terms of like what perks I'm going for next, it's going to be the upgrade to the Big Jim. And then probably damage. After that, I do want to get toughness though. I think we're running out of... Unless we get some good armor, we are running out of time in terms of we're dying really quickly. Where's dog meat? Dog meat. Excuse me, boy. Can I just drop off all the stuff I don't need in your inventory? So that'd be everything but the cryolator and Big Jim. Lovely job. Right. Oh my god. Oh, that was actually quite scary. That was like a visceral fear reaction I didn't know I could have. I'm used to rad roaches and stuff. They're not actually that scary, but like I just didn't consider it'd be there. And that's the scary thing. I think I'm not as scared of this game as I'm scared of Subnautica, because I had no idea what was going on there. Like, barring a couple encounters I knew of, a lot of the time I was going into that game blind in terms of where enemies were. Look at the health on rad roaches. What the hell? Imagine if there were cockroaches in real life that took that many hits. I don't think I'd be able to like go outside. No. Once you see a cockroach in your house, it's over, bro. I'm not going back there. You're going to hang out with the cockroach. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Right, so if we can just open up the workshop in here. Got some fiberglass. That's an okay resource. Best thing is the stim packs and the first aid. And a couple things. Pretty boring. We are just going to go take out some raiders that are over the hill. Over the hill? Up over the hill. I believe there's usually two. They're either out on patrol or they're in their little house. So I'm hoping I can catch them like 1 and 1. So there'll be 1 in the house and 1 on patrol. Or none are in the house and I've lost them. There they are. Come on. Did we get them? We got 1. We got the other. Dog meat is doing work, bro. Dog meat is doing so much work. I'm just going to discover this because it's on the way. This is the easy way to get into the FDR, the Federal Ration Stockpile. That's not, is it? It's FDS, the Federal Ration Stockpile. It's a really good location. There's a lot of food, a lot of resources, and like medication there. However, there is also a lot of raiders in there, so it's like a double-edged sword, really. If you don't mind the raiders, it's great. If you do mind the raiders, it's kind of bad. We're really close to level 3. We got 8 minutes left. I'd say best bet is to empty out my resources. And I've remembered this time that in the junk section of the workshop, I'm going to have to grab the pre-war money. Let's see how much we've got. It's got to be quite a bit, right? MP. This is where I can spell, right? Yeah, 139. Oh. Junk. Look at that. So inside here we have 450, 8 times 139, 250, 250. So it's going to be like, there's quite a lot in there. Should grab all the stuff off dog meat. Dog meat, come back. Come back. Thank you very much. Trade. Grab all that. So, in the apparel section we have my apparel. Everything other than the stuff I'm wearing goes in here. And then a weapons section, same dealio, except I keep cryolator and the 10mm pistol because I use them sometimes. Misk is the same deal. We've got a lot of books now, which is quite nice. I say best bet is going to be can we make any stim packs? We can make 1 stim pack, that's something. I can make a Molotov cocktail, don't really want to. I could make some jet, make buff tats, buff jet. Make grape mentats, regular mentats, not orange yet because we're oh, grape's the good one, right? Yeah, we'll make one of those. They're quite useful. Psycho buff, psycho jet, modified baseball. That's something, I guess. Or the aid. That's the other thing that's going here. Everything that is not on my list, which is purified water, Radex, Radaway, and stim packs, goes in here. And then we're pretty much done. I'd say, what do we do now? Oh, I see a thing we haven't destroyed. Oh, that's what we'll do. We'll set up the farm and everything. Power, Wrong one. Resources, miscellaneous. Oh, it's another creation thing. Right, okay, so for now, the farm is just going to have to be, like, over here in the back corner, I suppose. This would be a cool place for a little farm. Obviously, until we get settlers, it's not going to be very useful because no one will be tending to it. But once we get settlers, it will be very useful. And then over here in the back, I'm going to make the... I'm just going to check so I don't waste something. No, see, I almost wasted some stuff. Once we have the Creation Club, we have a lot more items we can build. I did not realise how much this game is garnered by that. I've just always had it, so I've never really noticed that it's missing. We'll do this. So this needs 6, I think. Or is it? Oh, it was 4, right? Yeah, so this will be enough. But doing this means we have 20 water produced, which is going to be quite a lot. I'm just going to grab the weapon upgrade, blacksmith, rank 1 melee weapon mods. And then because the more like resources you have, the more likely you are to get attacked. So I'm going to get a couple turrets. Probably just 4. We'll do like this system. It's not going to be very useful, but it's more like the fact that we have them that's the important part, not that they're there. Right, weapons workbench. Big Jim. We can give him extra limb damage, armor piercing, or I think we should give him puncturing. This is the most damage we have on him, other than the extra heavy, which is going to be real fun. Puncturing Big Jim. What have we got else? We got Cryolator. We can do nothing to the standard barrel other than this, which is better range. We need more fiber optics. We can do that. Standard stock. Glow sights. We can upgrade this from the start. We just need more fiber optics. Where can you get fiber optics from? I suppose not many places. But for now, Big Jim is all we need. We've got a pretty good system. I think once we're... Yeah, okay, and we'll end stream here today. I'm definitely going to be playing more of this tomorrow, though. I absolutely love Fallout 4. So I'd say tomorrow, I might write a little list of the things we need to do. It'll probably be clearing out Concord, obviously the Death Claw, and then Sunshine Tidings. Maybe we get Drumlin Diner and stuff as well. We just set up like a nice movement of settlers and money and everything, and then we can start selling our items we don't need and scrapping things we do need. What level is the scrapper perk? Okay, yeah, it's 5. We're all good. So we'll probably get scrapper, and maybe not gun nut. We don't need gun nut, but scrapper is good. And then stuff like cap collector, lone wanderer, and scrounger for ammo containers. But I think that's everything we're going to do today. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been an absolutely amazing stream, and I will see you all later. It's probably going to be maybe tomorrow, potentially the day after, all depends. But it will be Fallout 4 will be back on soon. I believe that's